Hey there, guys! Welcome to the newest episode of the Midnight Toons. Of course, it's me, PK Speed, and who else? I mean, it'd be kind of suspicious, with anyone else at this point. But, yeah, we're back for another episode. Our wonderful, wonderful podcast that's totally not.
I'm just one sandwich away from taking over the podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? But anyway, today's going to be slightly different because we don't actually have Pixel this week. Oh no, the shock. And instead, we actually have Faye.
Yeah. Reject modernity, embrace tradition.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is...
We did it.
We did it. All it did was just the cost of Pixel.
All it did was sacrificing Pixel to become one of the 5 guys.
Now we just have to get rid of Austin and we'll be back to square one.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I mean, I can arrange that right now.
Yo, you need to arrange that?
For people who couldn't see that, of course, fucking Austin just left the podcast for a second. But yeah. We have Faye here, and we're going to be doing our usual thing as usual. I know, I'm a fucking wordsmith with my words, honestly.
It's okay, redundant man.
Literary genius.
Honestly, I'm a spiritual lyrical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway. But, in our canon, Faye went away to go fight the Orochi, or Orochimaru, or whatever. So what have you been doing, Faye?
Existing. I've been doing, it's been, I deleted my Twitter and then I made a new one. And then, I decided that, the rebranding wasn't even necessary, but it was nice to wipe my record clean of all the cringe things I said on my old Twitter.
Yeah.
You like that?
I don't know. I've been playing Dota 2 this past week. I'm not sure why. I think I just hate myself. I started school. I've been and a lot of changes have happened. I changed my major from political science to English. Just in general, a lot of changes.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah. Finally, somebody on this podcast will learn how to speak English, because I know we don't. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, we should speak in, damn, I can't
The
think of it.
podcast used to be professional. Me and
Honestly.
PK used to go back like true podcast hosts. It didn't get chaotic until you and Pixel got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we get to watch Pixel and PK bicker like an old married couple and eat chips in the background.
Yes, I use Pixel to make sure to keep me in check. Honestly, he's my power limiter.
Sometimes they keep each other too in check. It's like they keep exchanging blows and they keep perfect contact and they just like climb it like a ladder.
He's your weights. You've taken off your training weights. And now I'm the final boss. I came back. It's like an arc in like an anime to where like you fight the big bad guy at the start and then they go away and then you have your training arc and then they come back.
Oh god.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I feel like something did that recently, but I can't remember.
Hmm.
I need to watch more shonen animes again.
Mood.
Because clearly they're the pinnacle of writing in anime, of course.
Of course.
I mean, they're getting slightly better. I'll give them that.
They are, yeah.
Just slightly. I kind of forgot about My Hero though. But anyway.
Oh yeah, My Hero.
Yeah. But what about you, Austin? I already know what you've done.
Man, maybe I'm not
I know
needed
what you
here,
did
but
last
anyway. So pretty much, I've worked on getting back into the world of the employed. That's amazing.
Yes.
I get to start figuring out how to rebuild a sleep schedule from the ground up every time.
That's a real challenge.
A real challenge.
To know, Austin here has a terrible fucking sleep
Bro,
schedule.
I play Wrecking Crew with my sleep schedule. Like, I swear.
Like, it's honestly It's honestly kind of
Just
concerning.
tearing it
Like,
down and building
this
it
man
back
doesn't
up.
go to. This man doesn't go to bed until like he'll sleep in until like 3 in the afternoon and won't go to bed until like 5 in the morning.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It is.
And now I'll get paid to do that. But yeah.
Well, I guess it's a step.
But yeah. And beyond that, I've been playing a little bit Apex on the side, doing that, messing with Seer since he's come out. And also, recently I started the Wonderful 101 since it got remastered on the modern consoles. And golly, am I bad. Whew!
Yeah.
I get consolation prizes like they're gosh darn paper clips. They keep showing up, and I don't know how I'm getting them.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't realize it until the middle of Awesome playing it, but I like me some Wonderful 101. I like a lot of stuff from what they call them, Platinum, but I didn't realize that I could sum up that game as just Pikmin if it was a character action game. And it kind of fucks me up, honestly. Because, yeah. But,
that reminds
anything
me.
else?
I
know you watched some anime.
What?
That's right. This is actually both of ours.
Continuation.
We finished.
I remember things. I remember things. Hang on. Let me do a smaller note before I get onto that bigger note. So the smaller note is at some point I downloaded Pokemon Unite, played about 5 games, and then quit immediately and deleted it from my Switch.
I can confirm this because I played with them, though I didn't delete it.
I didn't like. I just. It's not enough fun for the amount of anger it draws out in me. I went in being like, all right, it's a MOBA. I'm expecting to be salty. And then I'm like, all right, I'm not having enough fun to counteract this salt. Let's get out of here.
Imagine getting mad at Pokemon Unite. I've been playing Dota 2 lately. Like, I just cannot, like...
Man.
Comparison, Pokemon Unite is like baby's first MOBA.
Oh, yeah, I described it last time, yeah. That, like, I was like, I'm going in expecting this to be about all of the MOBA stuff in a bite-sized package, and I went through that bite, and I'm like, man, I better stop before I start eating my hand out of rage.
Speaking of Pokemon and deraging the topic completely, because this is something I want to talk about.
Yeah, I know
the new Pokemon Legends showcase that everybody is seething at and getting angry about. I just want to say, comparing the game to Oblivion is like the worst example because Oblivion was made over the course of like 5 years, and Pokemon Legends Arceus, however you pronounce that, has been in production for like 1 year, if not like 1.5, if that. So like, I don't know. It's just so silly that we've gotten to this point with gaming to where we've gamers have become like this really entitled group of consumerists that we refuse to acknowledge we've created our own content drought by rushing releases and over consuming games. Like a game will come out and people will play it for like a month and then drop it and then expect a new release to come along and sweep them off their feet. Whereas like games like Oblivion were like people played that game for like a year and if not longer. And it wasn't like something that you played every day. I think that's another thing is that gamer content consumption has reached a rate that like a lot of these people, they get games and they just like run through them instantly. And like it's no longer like a hobby, like kind of like a pastime, free time hobby thing that you do maybe 1 to 2 hours a day. For a lot of people, it's like a passion,
a lifestyle of like like they do it as like their job and too even.
Yeah, and so like
Mhm.
you pick up a game and you run through it in like 2 days, and then you're like, "There's not enough content here," and it's
Yeah.
like, well, I mean, it was made. A lot of these games are made in like a year, 2 years. So like maybe if you want more content, you should wait for a longer time for them to develop. And then additionally, maybe you should like pace yourself with consuming it because if
Hmm.
you just like run through it, it's gonna be kind of disappointing.
Yeah, I feel like that's also especially for the case of Game Freak, where they kind of need to pump out a title like almost every other
Yeah.
year because they're the Pokemon company basically.
Yeah. Like I've
Which is why I am kind of excited for Legends Arceus, even if like it's true and like the game visually doesn't really look good when it comes out, whatever. As long as it's a good game, I don't
yeah.
really mind.
Well, and another thing you have to keep in mind when it comes to Pokemon is that like the game was a pixel game for a long time for a reason. It's a
Hmm.
JRPG at the end of the day. And so
I mean, yeah,
the main technicalities and content of the game uh lay in the mechanics and the nuances and intricacies of those mechanics and just how many different Pokemon there are, different move sets they're able to learn, the different TMs, and like all that is where the meat of Pokemon is supposed to be, not like having the perfect Pokemon waifu with 6,000 polygons and jiggle physics or something, you know?
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not
It's like it's
it.
such a weird model, like because it's always constantly building upon the past, in comparison to like a lot of other ones where it wants to try to like either loosely connect it or just branch out if it isn't a direct sequel.
It's fucking Pokemon. Like those people are fucking nuts, especially back when they were doing 2D. Because it still kind of concerns me how with almost every title they were just making sprites for every single Pokemon. Not like the Pokemon exclusive in that generation, but they made sprites for every single one just to make sure they had all of them. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, calm down.
Hmm.
It's such an expansive title too that it's animating and creating all of the content from the mechanical perspective, not even getting into like the environmental design, is very
Yeah,
exhausting. It takes a lot of resources, takes a lot of money, um, which is another thing is that like whenever you force content to be provided on a yearly basis, it becomes a money dump for these companies that ultimately doesn't pay off for them because then you bitch and complain and you don't buy it, you know? Um,
yeah,
and so yeah, we you can't really be mad at the gaming industry at companies whenever a lot of the issues that are being created are coming from the consumerist attitudes of the gaming community. It's just kind of something that like people should kind of reflect on because I'm getting tired of seeing it on my timeline.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I get
get that.
that.
That's actually specifically Game Freak has like a division in their company where they make the occasional like not Pokemon game. They're very like I haven't seen much of them. Like a good example was Little Town Hero that came out on the Switch, which you know that game's that game's all right by all means, but it's a cool program definitely. And God, I can't imagine
Like
fucking
a
burnout
great
Hmm.
like that.
a great kind of additional point to tack onto that before we move on to PK Speeds Week because I kind of just like derailed
Yeah.
it completely.
Oh no,
All
it's
Um,
right. I
fine.
mean, I went on too, so
It's
is
fine.
that like a lot of people will compare mainstream releases to indie games and be like, well, indie games are like so amazing and they have all this content and they're so polished and amazing and just like, oh my god, I can gush about indie games for hours, but in comparison to mainstream games, frowny face, etc. And like the reasoning for that is because indie game titles, they do not have the same pressure to like create that content in a
Yeah.
timely manner. They can kind of lay low and be low key and work on something for multiple years and produce it. And not only do they have that kind of benefit of being off the radar and not having those pressures put upon them, but they also have the benefit of having lower expectations for the product. Like if a fan made Pokemon Legends Arceus, pretty sure people would be pretty pumped about it. Just saying.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That. Sorry, I had something for that. Damn, yeah. It's really like I don't understand when people try to compare like a mainstream game with like an indie game, because indie games made by a passionate group of people who want to make their own thing, and a mainstream game is made by a company who doesn't particularly care by all means. They just they gotta get.
Well,
the
I mean,
money.
a lot of times I don't really like the rhetoric on that, because a lot of times
Oh.
the people working on the game care, like the actual people who are
Yeah,
like
yeah, no.
working on it. And this is something
Yeah,
that
no,
gets brought up in like Matt McMuscle's What Happened series a lot, that like
Yeah.
these people working on these games that are flops, they care about the game and they put so much time and effort into them. But like
Yeah.
the people overseeing the title put so much pressure on them, and it creates errors in the game that like even the people who are arguably responsible, you could say, feel bad about it
Yeah.
already, and they want to fix those things. But between the consumerist pressure and the corporate pressure, they can't get to it, and so they
Hmm.
just put it out, and
Yeah.
they feel just as bad as we do about it, if not worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just between both sides that they just have to meet that deadline at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
If there's one thing
But yeah.
but before we move on to, I guess, the next topic, I guess it's like a weird shared thing between me and PK.
Yeah.
Is I will give. I'm mostly going with the Pokemon Legends Arceus. Is that it's mostly advertising itself as open world Pokemon, and that's kind of just like, at that point, I'm just like, all right, I want to see how good they get that concept,
Well,
about as good as they can.
yeah, I'm super interested in
Beyond
it
that, like
because
visuals and all
it's
that, I don't really care that
it's
much about at the
because
moment,
it's
as long
doing
as it isn't
something
garbage.
different from. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you. I'm sorry. But yeah, I really like it, even if it's not fully polished, because it's something like they're doing something different with it that you don't usually see in mainline games, by all
Hmm.
means.
Which middle,
Even though that part of me also thinks that it's just going to be like Pokemon Breath of the Wild, but it still looks
mhm.
tight.
I mean,
So
they haven't done much with side stuff for Pokemon like in a while. Of no, I mean, like early Pokemon side stuff was like killing it. Nowadays,
it's been
like
a while, actually.
other than Unite, I can't even think of what they've done for side stuff in terms of modern Pokemon.
Well, there's that Poffin game on
Yeah,
like
they mix.
mobile phones. Yeah, that.
And then
There's
Pokemon
also.
Unite. It would be cool if they had like a 3D mystery dungeon. That would be
Yeah,
dope.
Oh, they actually
they
remade the original
remade
Mystery
the
Dungeon for
original
3D.
Mystery Dungeon
I
games.
actually completely forgot that it came out.
Hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
don't play
it's
Nintendo
pretty.
games, to be honest with you.
It's
it's
fine.
okay.
Yeah, but I'll go with my week, and I can talk about that shared topic,
Hmm.
Mr. Austin. But anything else? Just to make
I mean,
sure.
that's it. We went on a
Okay.
massive ass tangent about Pokemon.
Yeah. As Austin mentioned earlier, yeah. I've been playing Pokemon Unite, and I actually been kind of enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Like, I liked it. It was easier for me to get into than it was for like League or something. But like, I don't know. I kind of like it. It's pleasant. Though I don't like when I get super steamrolled, but that's also because I suck sometimes. So I still play here and there. It's not like my like new like, oh, I'm playing this all the time now game. It's just I play a couple games and that's about it. Which then, thanks to Pokemon Unite, I also have been playing a little bit of League, and I'm like, yeah, this is neat. That's kind of it. I don't know. I've just been exploring other games that I don't typically talk about.
Play some Dota 2 with
But
me so that you can experience the terrible feeling in your chest whenever the enemy carry is going 20 and 0 and can hit you and kill you in 2 hits, and you
that
can't do
sounds
anything
fun.
besides cry.
If I'm gonna be honest, I almost up until like you mentioned it earlier, I completely forgot Dota 2 was even a game.
I did too. I have like 800 hours in it. And I
Goddamn.
completely forgot about it completely. And
I just
like my friend was like, "Hey, you want to play Dota 2?" And I was like, I'm not very good at it, but I guess." And then I clicked on my Steam thing for it, and it says like, it says 824 hours played, and I'm like, I don't remember any of those.
Just like waking up from a coma.
What
A lot
the-
of my
Get
life
your
is like
mouse
waking
on.
up from a coma, actually. You'd be surprised. I don't remember like a majority of stuff before high school, and then like I don't remember a lot of things before university. It's crazy.
Mood.
Honestly. But yeah, I can't really say I've done too much. I've done a little bit of like, I've been doing some pixel art stuff on the side, but I haven't posted any of that on anything, so whatevs. And aside from that, I haven't watched anything particular. I mean to go back to Jellystone, and I
Oh,
Mhm.
and me
Wanna
and
watch-
PK Speed are working on something on the Lolo.
Ooh, yeah.
yes,
Uh-huh.
we're not gonna discuss what it is, but it's real.
It's
Disclaimer,
gonna
it's on
be
the
real
low.
cool.
Even I haven't heard anything.
I recorded the first thing for that, and I'm working on I'm really frustrated because I had background music for it,
hmm
and I put it in it, and it's like 30 seconds short of covering the entire like 4-minute length of what I was doing.
Oof.
And it I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I might edit the song to where I might
Mhm.
take a portion of it and loop it an additional time since it's
Oh, yeah,
faded
I've
and
done
you
that.
won't even hear it.
Yeah, I've done that. Totally. But yeah, no, I'm excited for that. I guess I can recommend one other thing. I've been watching this YouTuber called Hazel recently. She does a lot of just videos on whatever. Like she'll do a whole video about every single video game appearance of the Flatwoods monster, which also to note on that, I actually recently got a tattoo of the Flatwoods monster on my arm. I think I'd said it in the last podcast, but you can find
You
it
got
on
a
stream.
tattoo?
Yeah, he got a tattoo.
Yeah, it was done by a
Wow.
friend, but not like a
You're so
professional one,
brave
but
and
yeah,
adventurous.
He is brave and adventurous. I was just like, I don't really want this.
he was there.
I was there.
But
I didn't
yeah.
even watch. I was in another room.
Oh yeah, you were. Oh yeah. But yeah, you can find a picture of that on like my Twitter or whatever. But yeah. I'm probably gonna get another one. It's gonna be like a Mothman, because I like Mothman. But yeah, she does a lot of really good videos. She recently uploaded a video on this terrible anime called Vlad Love, and then spends part of the video discussing how it's a terrible vampire Yuri anime, and then spends the other half of the video discussing in depth about lesbian vampire media, and then also spends another part of it talking about some random obscure anime that no one remembers about.
God. I love Yuri anime.
Mm-hmm.
For
I
real.
love women.
But
Sometimes I just need that little niche in my heart filled.
yeah, but probably the biggest thing, the biggest thing I watch, and me and Toll will watch this along with like a few other friends, is this very old anime called School Days.
We talked about it in the last episode where we watched the first
Yes.
half, and I was angry for about 2.5 hours, and we watched the last half recently, where I was angry for another
He
2.5
was
hours.
Very angry. Yep. So just to give a brief summary, it's a 12 episode old early 2000s anime about this one dude who likes his girl, but he's too nervous to whatever. So this other girl who just kind of becomes his friend decides to help him, but also she kind of likes him too. And then it comes off as like, oh, you think it's gonna be like a random, like a regular ass anime of dude likes this girl, but it's too much of a fucking idiot to notice that the other girl actually likes him, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it goes into some really fucked up shit
Yeah.
that I was not expecting.
Because by the halfway point, he is very openly considering, openly physically, practically cheating on his girlfriend, and the whole school is like, oh, okay, so he's dating the girl that initially hooked him up with his current girlfriend, and
But he hasn't broken up with the girl though, even though he is with the other girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see,
And it's
the
like-
issue here the issue here actually isn't the relationships going on. It's the monogamy. If you just throw that out the window, they can just be a really cute polycule and it's all okay.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
if
know,
he
right?
decided to be
If it
open
was,
with it,
there's many ways how they can fix this, but they don't,
Yeah.
and it only gets worse
And it only gets
to
worse.
levels that I was not
as
expecting.
as I described it, I call it my the sensitive part in the pie where he keeps going, because at some point it devolves to where instead of him just effing like fucking this one girl, he's now going around with like half the chicks in school.
He is literally
He
cheating on his
is-
girlfriend with every girl in the school, and everyone just kind of is fine with it.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's not played for laughs or like this is a good thing either. It's just fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just don't understand why like he dates this girl, realizes, oh, I don't really want to go out with her, and then he decides to have sex with one girl and he's like, yeah, I'm with her now, but I won't tell the other girl that I'm not interested anymore. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And it just devolves. As I said, that character, he is like everything that I hate. And
He's a piece of shit,
he does
honestly.
it so well. I was angry for that whole time, but at the same time, like I described it last episode, as a beautiful dumpster fire. Because gosh darn, if that gas does not just make it so
It's
pretty.
not even beautiful. It's like, what is the point? I don't get
Easy.
the point
It's
of all
to
of it.
get
He's just a
to
dick.
get poor little
It doesn't-
nerds
it
like
gets
us to wonder
worse.
what the hell have we just watched.
It gets worse because then he starts cheating on other girls, and then the girl that he first cheated with, it's like, what the fuck? I'm pregnant.
Yep. Yep.
Straight up. And he's like, well, oops.
It's like,
Why'd you have to go and get pregnant?
yeah,
What
fuck,
the hell?
why'd you get pregnant, bro?
Like,
And
what
like
the fuck?
it's even worse because he rejects all responsibility. And the thing is, as soon as that, because the thing is, the first chick, goes out in the middle of the
She gets
class.
horribly
She is in the
bullied.
middle of the class, and she announces this. Like basically the
Yeah.
whole school learns within like a day. And as soon as everybody learns, all the chicks drop male pro tag like a hot brick.
Yeah.
like-
even though that they knew he was cheating before, but
Yeah.
getting a girl knocked up now, that's step too far.
Moral of the
Also,
story:
these girls are
wear a condom.
these. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't even help. It doesn't help that the first girl he liked, she gets the fucking raw end of the stick because not only does her boyfriend refuse to tell her that he's cheating on her, but constantly everyone around the school is thinking that this girl's a bitch because you're not in a relationship with that dude. You're just making it up. You're just a whatever.
Yeah.
And she is like, no, please, I could prove it. As he's literally slamming a girl on the fucking ceiling. Not the ceiling, the roof.
That-
My mistake.
It sounds terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking terrible.
It is horrid.
Which, if I can give the show anything, it ends with the appropriate response. Which I'm gonna spoil it because I don't recommend anyone watching it. He gets murdered by the girl he got pregnant.
Yeah.
That's lit. That's
And
feminism.
the thing is, barely within a few minutes later, the girl that he impregnated gets killed
Yeah,
by the
and-
girlfriends because, yeah.
Yeah, and then it becomes worse again, and then she kills her, and then she's like, haha, you weren't pregnant, you're just lying. Hee hee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's terrible.
Fucked, but it's such a cathartic ending if you've been yelling at it the whole time.
Not really. It just made me upset because all these people are pieces of shit.
Oh,
and they're only,
yeah.
like in high
Yeah,
Oh
school.
but
yeah,
like
no,
the-
it's definitely like one of those things. Like, oh yeah, no, this is
the
a
poor
horrible
girl, the first girl, is a girl boss, though.
thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, queen.
Yeah,
We stand.
but-
I don't know anything about
It
it. I
only-
just
oh,
you
oh,
guys
oh, hang
spoiled
on,
the
hang on.
entire
We've-
anime for me.
It's okay. Honestly, we'll
it
save
only
you from
took her.
this fuckery.
Yeah, she became a girl boss. It just took
Yeah.
like days of emotional abuse by everyone, and then the dude getting back with her when he got the other girl pregnant, so it's fine now. There is straight up a scene where she sends the girl who got pregnant just like, hey, listen, it's okay. I know a clinic you can go to get rid of that baby. And it's like, whoa!
No, it wasn't the girlfriend. It was the guy.
Yeah, no, but she,
Oh, yeah,
but
I
he
mean,
said that
like-
she recommended the clinic.
I mean, to be honest with you, And like, I think the last time somebody told me that they got a girl pregnant, I was like, hey, you can go to Planned Parenthood, take care of that real quick.
Yeah, but it's no. That's fun. My problem isn't that they recommended a clinic. It's recommended a clinic after dumping with you because you got pregnant. Now I'm fucking another girl.
Like you break up with them and then you slide them a Planned Parenthood card.
It's straight up.
It's really fucked up.
It's a really fucked up thing.
It is not a fun time.
If despite us basically giving out the whole thing, if you want to see it play live, pretty much, fair warning, yeah, ain't for the faint of heart.
It's not. It really isn't. I wouldn't recommend.
So anyway,
but other than that, that's been my week. Fuck. Just fuck.
I guess we can get into the news now.
Yeah, we
can
spent
start
a good bit
getting
on
into
this
the
segment.
news. School days is fucking trash.
School days.
This is what you get. This is what you get for adapting a fucking visual novel no one remembers.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But,
yeah.
Random fact that I remember our friend telling us. Basically, the end scene is the girlfriend on a boat with the boyfriend's severed head. And they had to change that. They had to get rid of like the killing scene in near the ending because apparently in Japan a murder very similar to that had happened. And so,
oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember. Yeah, and then apparently for the last episode, all they aired was that final scene of her on the boat with the boyfriend's head, and I'm like, imagine some dude in Japan. It's like, oh man, School Days. I've been keeping up with it all this time. It's so fucking nuts. I gotta see how this ends, and then just sees that and it's over, and he's just like, what the fuck?
Yandere moment.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, like he's kind of a scumbag. I don't know why I should keep the head. I'd just throw that motherfucker out.
I don't.
And go get me a wife.
I don't know.
It'd be like that. It's all these characters
that turns you gay.
I'm honestly, I would just like, why don't just become lesbian?
Yeah, like why did you kill the other girl? Why didn't you just like be lesbian with her?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly. You know what? Honestly, the main character, I forget his fucking name.
Makoto.
I don't care. Yeah. Honestly, Griffith is nowhere near as bad as this dude. He portrayed everyone.
Mm-hmm. When you are somehow worse than a man who betrays everybody.
Yeah.
Right. So here's my second attempt to segue into the news.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. But we're done with that. We'll go straight in. We're gonna go head straight into the news. And unfortunately, it starts off with that sad note with 2 unfortunate deaths. One a little bit more common known. The other one I didn't see too many people talking about, but we'll mention it here. First up is Masami Suda. He was a veteran Japanese animator and character designer. He died at 77. He died this year. And he was a character designer and animator for a lot of really old but really iconic anime.
Super influential person in anime.
Yeah.
Worked on Yu-Gi-Oh! Worked on Fist of the North Star. Worked on Speed Racer.
Yeah.
Some
of the DBZ movies.
Yeah, like this guy. It's a really big deal.
He worked on a lot of gacha, man.
Yeah. Yeah. He also was a really good influence, not just in the sense of like artistic influence, but also in the sense of work ethic. He kind of talked about good life work balance, and I think that's something that, especially in Japan, is not often talked about.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, he did like honestly, he's really impressive for a character designer because he goes from like Fist of the North Star to Yu-Gi-Oh, then Dragon Ball, then to fucking Yokai Watch. Like he was
very diverse,
all around the board.
Honestly.
And then the second death is Fred Ladd. Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah,
I'd say so.
I believe so.
Yeah, he's a U.S. producer who helped do dubbing and editing for a lot of the early animes that were adapted for US audiences, like Astro Boy.
Straight up, I believe the first anime.
Mm-hmm.
At least I could be wrong, but it's one of the important.
I'm not sure. I think so. But yeah, he worked on a bunch of other stuff.
He also did. He also helped with the dub version for Deke with Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Straight up,
Sailor
even though that
Moon.
dub version's a little sus.
Yep.
But hey, it's
Sailor Moon. It's
can't argue.
Mm-hmm.
He was very based and pog-pilled because he worked on the Kimba the White Lion, and then also angrily shouted at Disney whenever Disney appropriated it and made it into the Lion King.
To be fair, there is enough differences, and there is some stuff that original Kimba is like, what the fuck? I think there's like time travel in
It's
that.
like you can copy my homework, but change the thesis.
Just change it around and make it look different.
Yeah. So yeah, both of them are dead. Masumi Suda died at 77, and Fred Ladd died at 94. Both lived pretty long lives.
Yeah, pretty long.
Yeah.
But,
Pioneers of the anime industry.
RIP, both of them. Like, listen, this dude was like, this anime shit, it's pretty rad.
Pretty lit.
Let me tell you about this anime.
And then look at what happened to us.
Yeah.
No. It's ruined our lives.
Fred Ladd was planted in America by the Easterners to destroy Western culture.
This turns around and sees me in
part of their plan.
an anime hat or with the freaking boob mouse pad or something, and be like, well, I think it worked.
What would an old ass anime boob head would even be? Like, what character would that even be?
Dude, it's just Kimba, but thick as fuck, and it's not a boob pad, it's an ass pad.
Yes, exactly.
Surprisingly, the earliest when it comes to anime coming over here through VHSs and stuff coincide with a lot of the early furry cons. Actually,
I believe that.
It's really. Yep. So you can kind of thank the furries. You're welcome.
I don't want to thank the furries for anything.
Well, I'll keep my words to myself.
That's fair.
I'm not at liberty to say anything.
I'm not legally obligated.
Let's talk about something I can actually be opinionated and obnoxious about.
Oh boy.
Warner Bros. Didn't want Tom and Jerry movies to be about Tom and Jerry.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Just real quick. There was a Tom and Jerry movie that came out. I want to say late last
year.
Something
like that.
It was
really recently.
It was a CGI live action hybrid movie, and I haven't seen it myself, but for what I've heard, it's not that good, honestly. And
yeah.
But you can go on with what you're saying, Faye, because this Warner Brothers had a different.
I feel like this is the stupidest fucking decision. Because Tom and Jerry, conceptually, right? If you go back to what the intention of Tom and Jerry is, it's kind of to display the a non-human environment between the house cat and the mouse, and it's not really supposed to be humanized. Humans aren't supposed to be involved. That's kind of one of the core themes of it, is that it's supposed to revolve around kind of this world from the perspective of animals. And you just throw that core concept, even though it's not really a concept that is avidly pursued much anymore, I'd imagine. It might have been muddied or forgotten by the studio, but that concept goes right out the window whenever you start adding human characters in order to anchor the plot around. And they said that this was to mimic the Sonic movie with a human friend,
the buddy cop.
Yeah, but that's not. It's not a comparison that's even apt, because a lot of the early Sonic cartoons, at least the ones that I remember, always had humans in them. It wasn't like, and they weren't ever really like side characters for like bits or for unrelated content. They were always kind of related to the core plot and important to the core characters and etc. I mean, Dr. Eggman, I'm pretty sure is human, even if he's
he
like
is human.
He's a very ovoid human, but he is human nonetheless.
Yeah, but like, it's not the same with Tom and Jerry. Any instance of humans in a lot of the early Tom and Jerry cartoons are vague at best and are
very minor characters. Like most of the time, there's humans. They're either like the dog's owners on a very rarely. Slightly less rare, there'd be like whatever family or whatever group that Tom is related to.
They're usually just
very minor, and heck, even in times when they've been in other like older Tom and Jerry movies, like I remember Tom and Jerry and the Magic Ring or something, where they had that magician character that made the magic ring, and then in the beginning of the thing. And then after that, they're like barely seen ever again.
Yeah, not really seen. So, I think they punish the cat a few times.
Yeah. At most, you'll see them come back at the end of the episode, be like, "Tom, you stupid son of a bitch," and then just beat it.
And like, I just find it so silly that like this got like that was their thought process for it, right? Mm-hmm. Like the producers had a meeting. They had a meeting where they sat around and they were like, we got to anchor it to a human. And nobody at that meeting was like, well, actually, you know, like it's like, I think I've said this exact sort of thing before on the podcast, to where like, it's baffling because it got brought up at a meeting. Nobody said anything. Everybody nodded and said, yes, this is a great idea. Ship this. Like what is going on? And like this happened at Warner Brothers, like excuse me, a multi-billionaire company, and like they don't have one person on their fucking board that would be like, hey, actually maybe we shouldn't, you know, like I don't know. It's just it's
you finish.
Just one last thing. Human stupidity just like completely eclipses everything at a certain point. And it's truly a marvel of humanity that we do things like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird to me, honestly. Like,
if there's one thing I can give is that Sonic can kind of work with the whole like introducing random new characters, because Sonic is known for his oversaturated, like an intense amount of friends.
Sonic's a weird character who can be who's been adapted in many things. I can say that. Like, I remember the earliest concept of Sonic, he actually had a human girlfriend. Mm-hmm. She kind of looked like Pauline, except with short blonde hair. It's weird.
We don't even have to think about 06. Ugh.
We need a movie of that.
I just had
That's what we need.
So many flashbacks to so many things that are completely, like, unrelated to each other, but all completely horrendous at the same time.
All because I uttered that number.
I just like the idea of like, okay, we want you to make this movie based off of these famous characters, but like not though. Can you please?
Like you said Sonic 06. Sorry to get off topic a little bit, but you said Sonic 06 and the game flashed through my head. Game Grumps flashed through my head, then JonTron flashed through my head, and then JonTron saying the N-word while playing Sonic 06 flashed through my head, and then Aaron screaming while playing Sonic 06 flashed through my head, and then and then finally the top it all off, Dan grooming a kid flashed through my head, and I was like, okay.
God. Oh God, yeah. Oh man, I remember hearing about that.
In my head, all I imagine is like Faye's having like That's So Raven like visions where it just goes deeper.
Yeah, or like Jimmy Neutron where it's like throws the random images.
Yeah. Brain blast. It was just all at once too. It was like right after each other, like boom, 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 boom. And I was like, oh no.
Just a Jimmy brain blast sequence where the end result is just day yelling "fuck."
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Warner Brothers being stupid.
It's a very
With
questionable
sidekicks.
choice, a very questionable concept.
I might go check out that movie at some point, but I don't know.
I like watching bad
I like
movies.
Tom and Jerry. But I do.
Mhm.
I do. It's just like Tom and Jerry's that type of thing where I don't like trying to go looking for it to watch. I'm used to being like years ago where I'll just turn on the TV and it's on and I put it on.
One of those things you'd
Too
watch,
long.
not to like actively find, but just like, all right, it's here. I guess this.
It's on TV.
Yeah.
But oh well. Actually, no. That kind of reminds me of what, like, because of them not wanting Tom and Jerry inside a fucking Tom and Jerry movie. It kind of reminds me of He-Man Revelations, which I talked about in the last episode. Because in the first episode they kill He-Man. We want to make a He-Man show without He-Man. But what
It's
else?
a kill He-Man sandwich. You
I
kill
think-
He-Man, you go on, you kill He-Man.
Though I feel like that could probably work more. 'Cause that's,
I honestly
it's actually a lot
think
more
that
story-driven.
if your process for creating something starts with a brand thing without brand thing, you've made a mistake. Go back, turn around.
Because like I feel like if you are going to the decision of let's kill the brand character, you can't do it like the instant the fucking thing starts. Don't do it.
It's like
Because you know what happens? People who like that thing, they get upset and they're like, what the hell? Why'd you kill Tom?
And before somebody calls me out and they're like, well, like Luigi Mansion's good. It's like Luigi Mansion isn't a Mario game without Mario. It's a game set in the Mario universe based around Luigi.
yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't, and they weren't like, hey, here's Mario, and put a gun to his head and shot him.
Yeah.
still
Marsh
there.
did that.
Just,
And they didn't make Mario follow around Luigi acting like a side character, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen the Tom and Jerry movie, so that might not be an accurate description.
They made Mario
weird.
an end goal and not like a side thing.
Yeah.
This is Luigi's thing, not Mario.
It's like Luigi's here to save the day, time to shine, and all that. And Mario is playing the Princess Peach in this role.
Yeah, but anyway, we'll get on to our last topic before we talk about the recent releases and trailers and shit. Is I found this article because I was going through a bunch of animated news stuff, and apparently Cartoon Network is going to be getting a preschool block sometime soon, along with HBO, I believe. And I don't understand that with Cartoon Network in particular because I understand that Cartoon Network cartoons for kids and all that, but they don't need a preschool show on the same channel that has Adult Swim. I don't understand.
Well, I mean, it's kind of weird too because when's the preschool block gonna play? Is it gonna be in the morning? So are you gonna transition from like late night Adult Swim and then there's an ad break and then suddenly you're watching Little Ellen?
Yeah, it's weird. It's and to be fair, there might be some people who point it out, but Cartoon Network did have a preschool block for a short time. I forget what it was called, but I do remember it, and they didn't last for long because no one cared. Also, I never understood the idea of preschool shows early in the morning because honestly, who the fuck is going to wake up that early?
Well,
actually, no.
I mean,
Cool.
a lot of kids
Back
would be
to
up
school.
that early because back to school and
They're gonna be
they'll wake
forced
up in the
to.
morning and they're waiting for their parents to do stuff, and instead of their parents I don't know, teaching them how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, they'll just sit them in front of the TV and say, "Watch this," you know.
Watch Little
Even
Ellen.
meanwhile, dubstep.
Can
Mickey
we
Mouse
just talk
Clubhouse is
about
playing.
how cursed Little Ellen is?
It
What's
is,
the
honestly.
point of Little Ellen? What's the plot of Little Ellen?
I'm gonna be real. I don't even know what you
It's
guys are
Ellen
talking about.
as a kid.
Oh, it sounds as bad as it
It's a
sounds.
cartoon. Yeah, it's a cartoon based off Ellen.
Oh man, I can make a cartoon.
Isn't this what you wanted?
I think I'd rather be watching a cartoon about condiments.
I can't wait until
It's
I can't wait till somebody's like, I don't want my kids watching Cartoon Network because Little Ellen is teaching them how to be a lesbian.
Is she?
Yeah, she is.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't know that.
She
But
is.
that's also because I don't watch Ellen.
It's like,
But no, I like the idea of what I'm extra excited for is like, what happens if they mess up the block and like there's still Adult Swim playing in
oh
the
my
morning
god.
over the preschool vlog, so they'll be watching like fucking just King of the
Well,
Hill
actually,
and then, like, Rick and
it'd be
Morty.
even funnier because it's like, what if they wake up like, what if they get used to watching things like 6 a.m. forward because it comes on at 6 a.m. Eastern or whatever. What if they wake up at like one day they randomly wake up at 5 a.m. for whatever reason, and then they turn it on and it's like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, you know?
Oh my god.
But how do you explain to your kids that Aqua Teen Hunger Force is not Little Ellen, you know?
Yeah. I feel like it's going to take
I
a
never
lot
thought
of
it.
management because I feel like it just is not needed because, I mean, how many times would you be like, all right, I'll just put on like Nick Jr. or Disney or something? Because that's what I think
way
of.
safer choice. It's way
Yeah.
safer to just like turn on Disney Plus or something and just be like, okay, watch
Yeah.
this. Instead of like, can you imagine like they come through the like a parent who isn't like they don't know what Aqua Teen Hunger Force is. They turn on their TV and it's like 5 a.m. and they're like, all right, I turned it on. Go ahead and watch this. And then they walk into the kitchen and then from the living room they hear like Carl saying that he has like HIV or something. And they're like, what the fuck are you watching? This is like I am so excited for the first tweet longer that is gonna have like a whole spill angry at Cartoon Network for ruining the brain of some small child because they woke up an hour early.
Yeah.
I also just like realistically, like my problem with it is just like you could just if you're gonna pin on something for a kid, you usually just give the kid a thing and just pin on YouTube or something. I don't realistically see.
Yeah,
I don't
I
really
feel like there's
I
just
don't see this preschool block lasting long.
me either. Like I feel like it's just the preschool market is oversaturated because the little kids, like they have very short attention spans, and not only that, but I mean like when it comes to like shows and media like that, they can be pretty easily satisfied. You don't need like an oversaturated market because I mean most likely people have been showing their kids this for like a fat minute to where they're like, all right, pop on Disney, pop on Nick Jr., pop on YouTube, whatever.
Yeah, and I imagine at this point they probably have like they know what they want to watch. So it's like, all right, I put on the dog cop show thing that you like and like watch this. And then like as compared to like these are a bunch of new shows and it's like, hey, we're not watching Cop Dog today, we're watching Little Ellen and the Mushables, whatever the fuck Mushables are.
Or Talking Tom and Friends or something.
Oh my god, stop.
Yeah.
No, but like I also just like it's just I don't understand. Most kids that I know, they're just usually on YouTube and they're like, wow, watch me play Minecraft with Baby Shark and boyfriend from Finite Night.
Dude, I'm gonna get off topic. I hate Dream. Come at me.
Yeah,
Find me on Twitter.
I
hate Dream. There's I actually am I'm gonna
Finally we get canceled. Yes.
Before I get into the Dream thing, I want to say one last thing about the kid block thing. I do enjoy the fact that they're bringing back Sesame Street, and it's a core staple of the kid block. Sesame Street is very cool. It is one of the coolest educational projects in public broadcast television history.
Ever.
Going on longer than One Piece.
It's super cool. Enough of that. I hate Dream, and here's why. He has released this song called The Mask.
No. Oh no.
Yes, we didn't talk about this on the podcast, but he released a fucking animated music video.
No.
It's
bad.
Fucking terrible.
So like I've done sound broadcast. You know, I'm not like a musical master or anything, but the amount of editing done to his vocals is very blatant, and the mixing of the song is good. The lyrical content is like bland and corny at best. But the real kicker, the real thing that sends me into like a fit of rage is at a certain point in the music video, he takes his prescription medication, which is labeled normal pills, and he throws them away.
Oh no.
Kids are watching this. Like,
you bet.
Like it's impressionable teenagers and kids are watching these. And like the kids who are watching Dream are not the kids who are well-adjusted, like people who probably won't need anti-anxiety medication or antidepressants. These are kids who are probably going to need these things in the future if they want to live a productive life that, like, they might need it to save their life even, you know? And so, like, whenever you have a platform on scale with what Dream has, and you use it to promote mental health care, it has a very negative overarching effect. And I really, you know, like, I don't know anything about Dream, dude. The only thing I know about Dream is he cheated on Minecraft. Okay. That's all I know. And so like, dude, bro, like, I don't know if a Dream stan is seeing this, or like you want to send it to Dream. If Dream somehow ends it up with his fucking dashboard, dude, just like consider for a moment the impacts of your actions. Think about it more than a second. Like, think about it past being like the edgy cool role model that tells kids that they don't have to be normal. Think about it from a neurological standpoint, and think about like the potential harm that you might cause to some of these kids, because you might be directly responsible for somebody killing themselves. So, like, you know, let that weigh on you a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
All that.
Damn. Fuck Dream, honestly.
Yeah, like, honestly, I'm not getting any closer to that drama than I can manage at a glance at Twitter.
Yeah, I would love if Dream Stans actually found the podcast.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Please, let's just publicity.
Man,
let's go.
I'd be so hyped.
I mean, they always say any sort of publicity is good publicity. So,
yeah, because I don't feel bad. He's not.
Oh yeah, no, anyway, hell no.
But yeah. So we're gonna wrap stuff up with recent trailer releases and all that. I do got some stuff to say about some of these particular, but first up, Adventure Time is getting like two things, one with the actual date and one that just got announced. There's Adventure Time Distant Lands, which is like their I don't know, I wouldn't say anthology series, I guess is the best way to put it. It's just like stories within the universe of Adventure Time, honestly.
I want to roll back what I said earlier about you shouldn't make things a brand thing without the brand thing. And I want to edit that kind of to be like, you shouldn't make a brand thing without the brand if you don't have sufficient depth to the rest of the environment. And Tom and Jerry doesn't have that sufficient depth of like additional characters to focus on.
Yeah, like the only other characters I can think of is like the dog, but he's got the family life going. He ain't going on any wacky zany adventures.
Like, there's not enough going on in Tom and Jerry to
this dogs are fun.
But Adventure Time, though, I'm actually excited. I hadn't heard about this before. An anthology series for Adventure Time would be really cool. I think the universe is very interesting and unique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've already had two. They had one focusing on Marceline and
Marceline.
Fuck, Marceline. Sorry, I'm just fucking stupid. They already have one for Marceline, and they had another one of Finn and Jake in the Afterlife, which I haven't seen neither of them because I haven't finished Adventure Time, if I'm going to be honest. I kind of dropped out of it like years ago because I liked regular show and Gumball more. But, you know, I'll probably watch it at some point. And they're making a new one, Wizard City, which I believe follows Peppermint Button, like the Peppermint Butler from the show, like in its early days, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. And also, along with that, they announced that they're going to make one for Fiona and Cake, which is the gender bent versions of the main characters, Finn and Jake. Yeah. Which now, I don't know if this is going to be part of Distant Lands or it's just going to be a separate show. I don't know. It's kind of up to them. Make Prince Bubblegum and whatever the male Marceline
make them kiss, make them gay,
please,
please, please, please, please, please.
I need more dudes kissing on TV. Please,
Mhm.
come on. I like me some lesbians, but please.
And now that we're done talking about, I have nothing else to talk about other than politics, and you don't want me to talk about politics. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. But yeah, that's the Wizard City Distant Lands is coming out on September 2nd on HBO Max, and we don't have a date or any more information about the Fiona and Cake one. Next up is some Netflix stuff. Netflix is making an animated Witcher series, Nightmare of the Wolf, which is
Interesting.
based off a character.
I think it's based
which
off of
I would say
Siri?
more. I think so. I don't know. We have someone in our apartment who's super into Witcher. He would know, but
Neither of us are him.
and also
So,
no.
Too bad.
It looks cool.
It looks
I mean,
nice.
Witcher is one of those things that looks neat. I
don't like
haven't
I don't
gotten
like
into
Witcher
it.
because I don't like CD Projekt Red. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
like
fair,
the
but
studio.
I meant like story wise.
Yeah.
I meant like the world because like it existed before CD
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Projekt.
It's just that CD
Yeah.
Projekt Red has
Although-
heavily anchored themselves to it.
Well, yeah, my favorite was the original Arthur of the book. He was like upset at the games because whatever, but we found out that when he was giving them the rights, they were like, "Do you want royalties or just want to give you the upfront money for our games or whatever?" And he was like, "Just give me the money. These games won't make any money,
And
none."
Witcher 3 was a big success.
Then Witcher 3 was like Game of the Year,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's pissed.
and then Fallout 4 people got upset because the game sucked.
I love how
Well, not.
I love how
sucked,
CD
but-
Projekt. We're gonna get into a little bit of politics here. I'm sorry. I love how CD Projekt
Yeah,
is
that's
based in Poland, a country that it is illegal to be gay in. And whenever Cyberpunk was transphobic, everybody made a Pikachu shock face about it. It's like, maybe
Yeah.
we shouldn't, maybe we shouldn't. Like, I don't know. It's so silly that everybody was like, oh yeah, there's gonna be so many good queer representation in this game made by a bunch of white people, white men, no less, in the middle of Poland.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got-
No.
it-
Yeah. There's a
If
lot of stuff
I were
around
to
that
throw
game
it, it'd
that-
be like Fire Emblem Fates level of representation.
Oh my god! Don't even.
Cyberpunk
That
is
game
so bad too.
Mm-hmm.
I think I talked about it on the podcast before, so I won't go on about it.
Yes, you talked about it a while ago, though. To be fair, but yeah. Well, we'll continue on with more of these releases. That Cyberpunk.
Re-listen to every episode of the podcast to listen to my spill
Yes.
about Cyberpunk because I don't remember which one it was in.
It's all
It's
on
on
there.
there, all-
You just have to find it.
All what, 16, 17
Yeah, it's
episodes
easy.
now?
I believe this is episode 16, 17. There probably would have been more if I wasn't so shit at management.
Yeah.
But yeah. Next one is actually kind of fucking weird. Is He-Man: Masters of the Universe coming out on September 12th on Netflix. This is another He-Man show. Even though that they had a He-Man show literally, like, I made sure, like barely a month and a half ago.
Do you think
Straight
this
up.
is like one of those things, like kind of with like Warhammer, to where it's like the IP is just like so open and affordable that everybody's like buying into it and trying their hand at it now?
No
I'm
idea.
sure because Netflix made the other one as well, though. And it's weird that they already are making another one, but I don't know. My only theory is like they decided to make this show behind the back of Kevin Smith while he was making Revelations, and they're just releasing this one now because fucking Revelations is really hated on, like, right now. Like, my god, holy shit. Like, it was, I watched all that. I talked about it last episode about that, but man, yeah, I can see why people were
Mhm.
upset. It's not like making me piss my pants or anything, but like, yeah, I can see why people would be upset. Then they're probably old people who liked He-Man, and they're like, oh, I can't wait for this new He-Man. It looks super rad. And then they kill off him, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
They kill.
I think the best
off
way to
him.
sum it up,
Yeah,
yeah,
Like-
Super grammatically correct.
they do. They killed
Yep,
them
yep.
off. Just straight murdered them.
I
As
didn't
I
realize
look
it
as
until
as I
now,
look,
but
you
it's-
described it. Since I've seen like the back end and heard about him dying, it's basically a let's kill He-Man sandwich. Your first thread is to kill.
They kill him twice.
They kill him twice.
Actually.
They kill him once in the most recent episode and once in the beginning.
And then the first episode, because he came back as
like it's a nice little kill He-Man sandwich. You got your dead He-Man as the bottom bread, all the stuff in betweens, your meats and your cheeses and your condiments, and then you got your nice dead He-Man for the top bun. Slam that together, you got a Netflix show.
I summed it up as it felt like someone's D&D campaign that they had years ago, but like they've grown as a person and got different interests, so they're like, I'm gonna bring this campaign back, but I'm gonna remove a bunch of these characters or change them dramatically and be like, yeah, it's fine. This world was full of magic, well, now it's not. Like, not without easing people in, just, yeah, no, fuck you. But whatevs. And this new He-Man, it looks fine. I think it actually looks pretty cool. It reminds me of the 2009 TMNT movie. The only problem is though, like, I look at these characters and I can tell that this was made to sell toys. I'm like, yeah, I expect to see those at like Target or some shit. But yeah, that's all I can really say. Kind of fucked up that they did that behind his back, but that's also a theory of mine of maybe they thought Revelations was gonna bomb. I don't know. It's weird. I just don't have enough information to confirm that or not. So, but on Disney's end, with more releases on Disney's end, they have a new show coming out on October 1st. Ghost and the Ghost and Molly McGee. It looks really cute. I can't really say much about it aside from the trailer. It's just looks like a cute show with the girl and the ghost, who's I think voiced by the dude who voices Master Shake and Aqua Teen.
Mm.
Which I want edits of the ghost saying like Aqua Teen quotes.
I'm sure somebody will at some point if they think about it.
For sure. I mean, I have hope because a lot of the Disney TV animation's really been killing it lately. Like Owl House is fucking fantastic, and Amphibia, as I heard, is pretty good too. God, Owl House is really good. Also, this isn't on the list, but new episodes of that came out on Disney Plus, and they're good. Big Gay, main character, Big Gay. I love them. Anyway, also they're bringing on an old Disney cartoon, Pepper Ann, onto Disney on September 8th, which I'm super excited because I actually really like Pepper Ann. For those who don't know, it was an old ass Disney show on like ABC, like morning block, whatever. It's only notable because it was not only the few rare like female-centric cartoons back around early 2000. No, not early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. And also the character design is done by Patrick Warburton, who did Conan Kids X.
Whoa, Patrick Warburton did art?
Yeah. Whoa, did I get that
Patrick
name
Warburton's the guy who voice acts.
I'm stupid. I might...
He's Kronk and stuff.
One sec. Wait a minute. I may have fucked it up.
Let's say the time I see Kronk putting down the oven mitts for the spinach puffs and picking up a pen is amazing.
One sec. I actually
nothing against Pat Warburton.
No, it's Tom Warburton.
Tom Warburton. Well, you got the last name right.
Well, yeah, they have the last name, same last name. It's weird, but yeah, he would go on to make Conan Gets a Snore. I like Pepper Ann. I just haven't seen it in forever. Netflix is also making a new adult cartoon called Inside Job. It kind of looks like Rick and Morty. It looks cool. I can't really say much about it.
You know, the title caught my attention, and then you said it looks like Rick and Morty, and all my interest is gone immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, no, listen. I'll still watch it. I'm not.
I feel like the main problem with Rick and Morty being such like a cult or hit success is that now adult animation has found something that works, and they will use that knowledge like a crutch.
Well, yeah, we've been through years of countless upon countless of a fucking Family Guy looking adult shows that are terrible.
I mean, like, I think like Rick and Morty is better than like Family Guy and like stuff like it. But like I don't think it's amazing either. I kind of think that like it has like a few good jokes every now and then, but like most of it is just kind of like weird, like I don't know. It's like it's catering to a certain audience, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not part of that audience, you're just kind of like, okay, yeah, weird.
Yeah,
I kind of just watch it. I only watch it because a roommate of ours like it, and that's kind of it. I enjoy a couple jokes here and there, and that's kind of it. I didn't really have an interest back then. Don't really have an interest now. It's probably all right. I mean, aside from the whole Szechuan sauce thing, that was stupid.
And
But
Pickle
anyway.
Rick for a little bit.
But you know, I look forward to this job because I like the concept of it. So, and to be fair, as much as I say it looks like Rick and Morty, we surprisingly haven't gotten many shows that did that rip off Rick and Morty. So, you know, like I can only think of like that one show on Hulu, but those are made by the same.
When did Rick and
Yeah.
Morty come out?
2015, 14,
Something like
I wanna
that.
say.
We were-
2013. I feel like I haven't experienced a single year like cognitively since 2013. I feel like cognitively I'm still in 2013.
That's fair, honestly. I sometimes feel that too, and I'm like, ugh.
I feel
That's
that
weird.
too, and then I realized
But,
I got a
aside
shot
from
glass in my
that-
hand.
Nice, but you're not.
I'm
drinking,
not.
though. That's my job. Anyway, but that's about it for all the news we have. That's gonna be the end of the podcast for the most part. So if you enjoyed this episode, you know you can go.
Quick, end the
follow
episode
us,
before I start talking
social
about
media.
Afghanistan.
Oh God.
Okay. If you enjoyed the podcast, you know, whoever, do all the things, share, like, whatever. I don't know. You can also listen to this podcast on other audio platforms like Spotify, all that, and you can thank Anchor for that. That's where we post the audio version. If you like the music in the podcast, they're all done by Too Mellow. He's fucking amazing. He's currently releasing his Memories of Tokyo To Volume 2. Or 2, whatever. He made a Jet Set Radio album. It's really
That's
good.
kind of pod.
It's
That's
coming.
pretty ballin'.
It's fucking great. I just love his music. It's really good. And the music, of course, he was in here. Is go check it out. There's a link description below for his Bandcamp. You can pre-order the album now. It's only like $10. If you want to get a CD version, it's $14.
Buy his fucking
Fucking great.
album. Go do it right now.
Do it.
Buy it.
I don't even know who
And of
he
course,
is.
if you
I haven't
wanna go
even
check
heard it.
us-
Go buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to go check us out, all our social media and all that is linked to the description below.
Yeah.
Don't follow me on social media. Leave me the fuck alone.
I just share random
Yeah.
things that make me laugh uncontrollably at 3 a.m. Only go on my page at 3 a.m.
I just repost a bunch of furry art and regular art. It's fine.
All I see is your likes in my feed, so
Anyway,
I
we
can't
hope you-
quote that.
I'm disappointed in you.
Nice. Fuck you. I can do whatever I want. If I see some cute ass furry characters, I'm gonna retweet
I'm
it.
glad we got our
If I see some gear,
I'm glad we got our
if you-
podcast quota of dumping on PK.
Anyway, so that situation in Afghanistan.
Anyway, that's the end of the
Okay,
episode.
thank you for listening. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.